Hello, everyone. I hope everything is bine or forte bine. I learned that. Today, I want to talk about something we all want more of, whether it's personally or professionally, which is money. I already see some people doing like, yes. So basically, what's happening nowadays is that we have lots of people in this room, obviously. I think the weather is bad, so that's another excuse for you to be inside, which is nice for me. But what's happening nowadays is that we have many people who are self-employed. They have their own company. Or most probably, you're here because you work for someone else. Either way, we all have the same goal, which is to make sure that our company or the company we work for, it's profitable and it's growing. However, what you're seeing right here on the first slide is the biggest blocker. Not only is it the story of my life, but also the biggest blocker when it comes to growing a business. I've trained many companies in the past 5 years, and one of the most common blockers is that they cannot have enough budget to run different marketing campaigns. And most importantly, they don't have the budget to get tooling to make these campaigns happen. So that's the biggest blocker. Now I have a question for you guys. Raise your hand if you don't have the budget for expensive tools. Right? I think many of us, right? Well, I might have a solution for you. What if I told you, instead of getting 10 to 15 tools, or getting 10 to 15 subscriptions, you only get 2, and you use these 2 to build the others. Because nowadays, every day, there's a new AI tool. New AI feature, new AI update. It's so tough to keep up with everything. Some of them are expensive, the other are cheap. But if you're using 10 cheap tools, it's going to accumulate and you're paying lots of money. So my recommendation is just use 2 tools to build the other internally. I'm going to explain what I mean. So a few months ago, I wanted to do a competitor analysis. Because once you want to optimize your marketing campaign, you have to look around you. Look at your competitors. What are they doing? The good, the bad, the ugly. Because it's going to help you optimize your own strategy. One of the things you have to do is not just check their content and ads, but also their website. Because you want to see if they're changing their value proposition. Are they adding new products? Are they adding new features? Are they running discounts? So this is a very manual process. You have to go to their website every single day or every single week. However, there's this tool. It's called Visual Ping that automates the whole process. And small disclaimer, I'm not affiliated with any of the tools I'm going to mention in the next few minutes. I just use them. They work perfectly, so I'm just sharing them with you guys. The way this tool works is that you add any URL you want, most probably your competitors, and this tool will check that website every single day. And then if it notices there's something different from the previous day, it's going to send you an email like, yo, your competitor, they changed their headline. They changed this visual. They changed their discounts and pricing. It's a nice tool. They have lots of features, but it's also not the most cheap tool out there. It can go from 35 euros per month to maybe 1,000 per year, depending on your plan and on your preferences. And unfortunately, I didn't have the budget to use this tool because my budget was already occupied by another tool called N8N. Who here is familiar with N8N? Yeah, right? So if you don't know N8N, it's one of the most popular tools now because you can build automated workflows, you can build agents. So I already had a subscription for this. Then I asked myself a question. I want you to ask yourself the same question from now on, is can I build this tool myself? If I cannot afford it, maybe I can build the tool and use it internally, of course, not to become their competitor. And this tool is very wide. They have lots of features. I cannot replicate everything. Just I want to replicate the feature I wanted. So I went to N8N. Even if you're not an expert with N8N, they have a nice library with lots of templates. So I just went in there, searched for monitor competitor website, and behold, there was a free template I can use. I installed it. And now it was part of my account and dashboard. All I had to do is just fine-tune it, connect the Google API with my Gmail, connect my OpenAI account, and then this was up and running. I was able to replace a feature from a paid tool I could not afford, which was amazing. So I was happy with this. So I took a step back and remembered all of the tools I couldn't afford before because this was a revelation for me. One of the tools I loved is called vidIQ. If you're a YouTuber, or you have a YouTube channel to grow your business, this is the #1 tool out there to help you out. It has lots of features, as I mentioned. It can come up with video ideas for you. It can fix the description, the title, create the thumbnail. The features are endless. But for me, I wanted one feature and one feature only, which was this one, keyword research. If I wanted to create a video about a certain topic, I want to understand, is it popular? How much is the competition level for this topic? Does it make sense for me to talk about it, and so on? And actually, it was easy to build this on n8n. It literally took me 5 minutes to connect the YouTube API with this agent. Like, no rocket science. There's lots of templates that can help you out. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to execute the workflow. It's going to ask me to add a query, which is a topic I want to create a video about. In my case, I want to create a video about AI agents, which is a very popular topic right now. So I'm going to add AI agent. And now the actual AI agent is going to go to YouTube, is going to search for AI agents, check all of the videos talking about the topic, and then it's going to give me a nice audit and insight report. It's going to tell me videos talking about AI agents. They have around 1 million average views. They have this title pattern, this description, so it looked something like this. You can see here some of the data, top performing videos, high engagement, strong CTAs. You have everything you need. I looked at this and I was like, this is amazing. So I went to my friend, showed him this new workflow I built, and he had the same reaction most of you are having right now. He's like, bro, this looks like shit. And I agree with him because, if you want to use this internally, people will be intimidated by this report. That's the main goal of building internal tools, is to help the other team use it as well. So in my case, this was a bit ugly. My friend wouldn't use it or learn from it. So I had another idea. Let's use tool #2, which is Lovable. I think most of you know Lovable, right? Yeah. So if you don't know Lovable, it's vibe coding. Even if you haven't written a line of code in your life, just prompt it. It's going to do it for you. So in my case, I wanted to turn something ugly into something more beautiful. So I told it, build a YouTube keyword research tool that analyzes and highlights the top performing videos. 5 minutes, it was coding everything. I was sipping my coffee, doing nothing. And then in 5 minutes, I had an actual functioning YouTube research tool. All I had to do is add the topic I want to talk about, which is AI agents. Then I went from something super ugly to something more visual. So videos about AI agents, they have average views of 1.1 million. Average video duration is 37 minutes. Common keywords in the title are agents, zero, first, blah, blah. And then most importantly, it watched the videos, and it gave me some insights about the hooks, the call to action, the descriptions, the tags. So I was able to build this in also 5 minutes. So instead of paying for 2 tools for 60 euros combined, I'm building them with one tool that I've used, which is n8n. So that's, for me, I think it's a game changer for marketers specifically, but also for you if you're thinking about building a SaaS. Just remember, people can copy that feature internally. So keep that in mind when you're building something for yourself that you want to transform into a business. Can people copy this? Can people use it? So make sure you stand out as well. So it has like a double sword. But for marketers, this is like Christmas. Now, let's say, for some reason, you cannot use n8n. Maybe you have lots of internal restrictions. You cannot use Lovable. In this case, ChatGPT also does the trick. So with ChatGPT, we have the agent mode. I definitely recommend you use this mode. So this mode transforms ChatGPT from a chat-based bot to a task-based bot, which means it's going to create its own desktop environment. It's going to browse the web and perform real-life tasks on your behalf. Some of them actually replace some features from paid tool. So if you take SEO, for example, we have SEMrush, we have Ahref, they have lots of features, of course, but one of these features is going and checking the best performing blogs. What are they doing differently? So I went to ChatGPT agent mode, and I told it, I want you to search on Google for AI agents, click on the first blog article, read it for me, not for me, just read it, and then let me know, why do you think this one ranked high on Google? So you can see here, agent Google search results. It clicked on the article, it's reading it, and then within a few minutes, I have an audit about why this blog article performed so well on Google. It could be the structure, the keyword used, the length, and the list goes on. Once again, we're not replacing the whole SEMrush or vidIQ or other tools. We're just replacing certain features. And I see this in myself. I always pay premium prices for a platform in which I only use one feature, not the whole thing. So keep that in mind when you're building this. Don't build the platform, just replicate one feature that you want to use the most. And with ChatGPT, for marketers, you have endless possibilities. You can use it to check your competitors' ads. Because it browses the web, it can go to Facebook, Meta, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and check the ads of your competitors and tell you what are they doing, identify patterns. And the most important one for me is the second one. It can go on any website, including yours, and give you a CRO audit to see if your website is really optimized for conversions, yes or no. In this example, I went to N8N. I was like, go to n8n.io and conduct a full audit about their website. And it was browsing it, clicking on it, different call to action, different videos, different menu tabs. And then within 15 minutes, I had a full CRO audit about why this website is doing well and what needs to be improved. And you can do the same thing for your own website. So this replaces actually some consultant work, to be fair. Now, there are also lots of use cases for ChatGPT agent. It could be the persona, value proposition, writing emails, ads, content marketing plan. So I have prompt templates for you guys. All you have to do is just plug in your business information. It's free. Just you can scan this QR code, a few seconds, and you can have access to it. Nice. And for some reason, if it's not working, you can connect with me on LinkedIn afterwards, and I can share it with you. It has around 10 prompt formulas that can really help you get started when it comes to marketing. So always remember the question I told you. When you're stuck somewhere, ask yourself, can we build this ourselves? Second thing is how we're evolving as marketers. But not only marketers, I think. This applies to different professions. So before ChatGPT back in 2018, I think, we're a big believer if you want to stand out in the market, because now all of us are afraid if we're going to be replaced by AI. If you want to stand out, we're big believers of being a T-shaped marketer, or T-shaped, any profession you want, salesperson, designer, and so on. T-shaped means that you know a lot about a little, and a little about a lot. I hope that made sense. So you know a lot about different subjects, but you're not an expert in any of them. However, you're expert in 2 topics only. Being T-shaped means you are self-dependent, because you know a lot about different things, so you can get by. But also, it means that you are flexible and you can collaborate with different teams. So if I look at myself back in 2018, I think my area of expertise is content marketing, performance marketing. However, I know how to use Photoshop. I'm not a designer, but I can create maybe visuals for my ads by myself. I know how to edit videos, but I'm not going to create crazy animations, just enough to edit something quickly and do it myself. So the more T-shaped you are, the more flexible and more self-dependent you are, and this makes you attractive in the job market. However, that was back in 2018, 2019. In 2025, it looks something like this. Every single person in this room now, we are all equally T-shaped, because more or less, we ask ChatGPT everything. I'm not a copywriter, write this email for me. You're not even a marketer, just ask it to come up with a marketing strategy. Not a designer, ask Midjourney to create a visual for you. So all of us now are kind of T-shaped. So how do you stand out? Well, you flip it in a way. Instead of being T-shaped skill-based, it's becoming tool-based. So how many AI tools do you know and do you use? So I'm an expert in N8N, but I know how to use Sora a bit. I cannot create crazy videos. I can use other tools. So that would be my advice for you guys, is testing as much AI tools as you can, get your hands dirty, and build that AI tool T-shape, because this will help you become more desirable. Sorry. And yeah, that's it. Mulțumesc.